They keep coming for me.
I see the flex god.
Pray for him. Y'all better pray for him. They keep coming for me. Y'all better pray for him. Ain't worried about your shit. I got my own shit. Not worried about your bitch. I got my own bitch. Got a damn shitload of problems I gotta deal with. I can tell you wanna be me, but you lack the skills, bitch. Please stop playing with me like a twig. I snapped out like Jigsaw. Have you in the basement sawing your shit off. 410, right at your skull, blowing your shit out. Keep my damn name out your mouth before I knock that bitch out. Overflow with confidence, I'm oozing with that swagoo. Gave that bitch disrespectful dick, she call it taboo. M3 might be easy, poetic with ragu. If you talking about who hot, nigga, it's not you. Still running circles round these niggas like it's NASCAR. Only reason she talk to you, tipping, you a fanboy. Heard that these niggas don't really wish me well, but fuck it, I came from hell, so I'ma give them hell. Pray for him. Y'all better pray for him. They keep coming for me. Y'all better pray for him. I murdered this beat, they can't say that I didn't. This the only time you catch me requested for a witness. Bad thing for y'all niggas, what I start, I finish. Remember started with me, I'ma be the one to end it. Not Friday the 13th, but a nightmare on your street. I'm outside, bitches, so no ain't no damn sleep. The jungle, nigga, so it ain't made for the damn weak. Anybody in my way? Yeah, that's fresh meat. Big bad wolf around, all these sheep. What they expect a carnivore to do? But peace, I'm be honest with you niggas, it's war. Fuck peace. Only thing I wish for y'all niggas is to rest in peace. Still chasing that paper, ain't got no time for the nonsense. A king on the chessboard, but you still a damn bomb, bitch. Put them games on the shelf and find somebody to play with. Cause if I run up on you, nigga, you not gonna say shit. Pray for him. Y'all better pray for him. They keep coming for me. Y'all better pray for him. Why they wake that demon up? I'm back and I don't give a fuck. No mercy for nobody. So hell yeah, it's fucking up. Fade anybody. If you want it, we can knuckle up. Chopper sing a different tune. Niggas better muscle up. Running through these motherfuckers that think they tough. You saying this and all that, but nigga call my bluff. I'm a hit boy and I ain't talking about no songs, bitch. You and them ratchet ass hoes you with to get it, bitch. I was quiet for too long, now I'm back on my shit. I ain't missed the glass, but any second right now I'ma split. The beast is in the light, nah, ain't that some shit? Angry, nah, I'm fueled on fire. Little bitch, take a number and find out who next. Tell me the opposition. And if you ain't family or friend, you might come up missing. Thought you could mimic my style and then I just shifted. I think they me. Now these niggas really wishing. Pray for him. Y'all better pray for him. They keep coming for me. Y'all better pray for him.
Man, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This your boy Reckless Talk with the Reckless Talk Sports Podcast. Reckless Talk Management and Promotions, A1 Music Empire, 1836 Entertainment, Houston City Beat. We are the storytellers of Houston. Man, we are back. This is episode, I don't even know, I think like 9. Episode 9 of Reckless Talk Sports. Man, today's special guest, we have Coach Wiggins of the Houston Energy, owner/head coach, CFL Rookie of the Year, Grey Cup champion. What's going on, Coach?
Man, slow motion, man. Slow motion. We in the off season. Just kind of get my weekends. I get to relax. Although this weekend we having tryouts, but man, just working, getting stuff ready, situated for next season, man. But it's a downtime, a much needed downtime.
No, I agree. It was a crazy season, a tough one. Learn the season. But I'm definitely looking forward for this upcoming season, for real. Like you said, y'all got trials. Y'all got trials tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Trials tomorrow. Everybody want to go hit somebody.
Yeah, Memorial Herman Park. So we'll see if we get some athletes out there tomorrow and see what we can do and kind of put the puzzle together for our team next season.
Hell yeah, dope. Before we get started, man, Jackson, what's up, Jax?
Not much.
Man, got hit, man. Like Coach said, this is about to go viral. Man, Jack's out there hit, man. He just started high school football. He a freshman in high school playing on the 18. Man, he that hit that y'all seen. That's what he do every game. He flipping people every game. He flipping people every game, man. They took him off defense. I don't know why. So I told him, you know what I mean? You on that kick return, light somebody up every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Hey man, congratulations. I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you,
man. I ain't gonna lie, once he hit him, it was that.
He kind of looked at him for a split second too, like what? What's up? Hey, the killer part about that, he didn't even get all of it. He just put a little shoulder into him and knocked him clean out.
Yeah.
You really just put your whole body. That dude might be in the hospital right now, dog.
Man, what?
I see a dead body.
Big fatty. Big fatty. Yo, bro, big shout out to my guy, Brett. Damn, you said, how about them Giants? You know what, Brett? Fuck you. I expected us to lose, Brett. Real shit. I expected that. I expected us not to have a good season at all. But fuck, I didn't expect it to be that bad. Only 15 points over field goals. This ain't that. Let's get started.
If the Giants
for everybody that's the first time watching, huh?
I said if the Giants would have just kicked and scored maybe one touchdown. I mean, they were right there a couple times. They win that game. They win that game.
That's ridiculous, man. I'm glad we're not talking about them.
Who would have thought?
Man, for everybody that's first time watching, Jackson, everything we talk about, all the research, like Jackson does all the research on the show. So every topic we touch on is courtesy of Jax. I know Jimmie threw a few things in there this week. Man, big shout out to the team, man, for real. This is the first time me and Jimmie's talking this week. For y'all that tuned in last week, we played each other in fantasy football, and I was serious about what I said. Do not call me for the rest of the week. This is literally the first time I'm hearing from Jimmie this week.
Hey man, hey, you know what it is, man. My team gonna win the Super Bowl, dog. You know how it go.
Stop it.
You know
Stop
how
it.
it go, man.
Stop it. Man, let's get on this first topic. Stop it. All right, here we go. Right here. What we got? Has announced that Quinn Evans. Go ahead.
Oh, Steve Sarkisian has announced that Quinn Ewers will still be the game time decision. I don't who UT play today.
Oh, they play
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. I go ahead and take it. With the way that Manning played, Archie played, I think I will go ahead and start Archie. I know that you probably want your more veteran quarterback to start this game, especially your first SEC game. But I wouldn't want to chance it with this guy. Quinn Ewers has injury issues from the past 2 or 3 years, and it's not just the first time he's been hurt or dealing with some kind of nagging injury. So I wouldn't chance it, man. I would go ahead and start Archie, see what he got in the SEC spotlight. That's what you brought him there for, man. He's a 5-star athlete. He's a 5-star quarterback. Put him in there and see what he can do. This is not Georgia, so Texas should be able to roll in this game.
What you think, Coach?
Man, Quinn Ewers better get his butt back out there before there's about to be a controversy. Because Mississippi State trash. Arch Manning will go there and light him up. All three. Every time Arch gets in there, he handling his business.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I don't know how Sarkisian's gonna. If Arch comes into Mississippi State, throws for 300-400 yards, couple touchdowns, it looked like he got some shakes too. So he may run him one.
Mm-hmm.
Every game Arch has come in, he's done well. Ultimately, he's the future for UT. And yeah. I guess if you really think Quinn is your guy, let him rest because they're gonna win this game regardless. But Arch, man, I think he's playing some good ball. At least it looks good. And every time he does something, all eyes are on it. Media, everybody, ESPN, all the little flashes. When he ran that long touchdown, gave that little DB to everybody's watching that.
Yeah.
On that play, he got clocked at 26 miles an hour.
Low key, wow.
Yeah.
So he moving for a big dude. He moving for a big dude, man.
He clocked the fastest time in this season.
And keep in mind, Tyreek Hill, his fastest clock been 24. Was 24 miles an hour.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if Quinn sits down, which he probably will, Mississippi State isn't that good. Archie's probably gonna have a good game, and here we go. This is we got a controversy, so we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm a piggyback off that because I agree, Coach. Like you said, they're gonna blow out Mississippi State, and with the outing Archie had last week, granted it was against a good team. You know what I mean? If he comes out today, like you said, Coach, and it's gonna be controversy because he's gonna do the damn thing. And then it's like, you go into next week, well, do we start Quinn or do we start Archie? So if Quinn's your guy, you have to start him. If that is who you're going to go with, that's your guy for this season, you must start Quinn. If not, Archie will be starting the rest of the season.
Yep, facts.
What you think, Jax?
They're gonna need Quinn back before they have these bigger matchups against like Georgia, Bama, because I don't think Archie's gonna do good against some of these bigger and better teams. He's only a sophomore. He's only started. This is only his second game starting.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they're going to need Quinn back before they play these bigger opponents.
Jax, that's a good point. Simply because Arch has been balling, but again, UTSA, he ain't really just faced to Georgia or Alabama.
Exactly.
So you're right. Maybe they do need to rest Quinn just in case, they're going to need him and Arch may nut up when they play Georgia or something like that. And then they're going to say, well, he's still young. He's still learning. So great point, man. Great point.
Yeah. Unless they put Jackson center there.
Yeah. That's kind of to my point where, Coach, when you start these guys that's hurt, you risk the injury, coming back, and it might be worse. So letting him sit this week and let Archie get that experience, because you never know come Georgia week if Quinn Ewers goes down again, Archie can come in and he has that confidence. So I played UTSA, but this time I went to Mississippi State and I balled out in the SEC spotlight, and now I feel confident to go in there and either propel my team to win or keep rolling with what Quinn Ewers did after he got hurt or pulled from the game.
I want to say one thing,
guys. Oh, I'm sorry.
You go, Coach. You go, Coach.
I'll say, Jimmie, in college football, even in pros, you got to have all your guns loaded, and you got to have a good second string quarterback. And I'm going to bring y'all. I don't know if you guys watched Nebraska last year. Colorado killed Nebraska last year because they had a garbage quarterback. 1 year later, same team, just a different quarterback, and they killed Colorado. So
they got baby Mahomes out there.
Exactly. And when push comes to shove, because UT's number one, they're gonna be in the dance. So let's get our starter healthy, and in case he does go down, we still gotta let Arch get his experience, so he's not like a deer in the headlights if his number is called later on when them games really count, when it's one and done in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. What you was gonna say, Jax, before we move to the next subject?
So I'm saying when they go to Georgia, Bama week, and if Quinn's still questionable, but he can still play, this is what I would do if I was Steve Sarkisian. One drive you have Quinn, next drive you have Archie, just to get Archie ready for the next year when Quinn leaves for the draft. Archie has a little bit of experience against bigger teams. I think that's what they could do if Quinn's a little better, but they don't know if he's ready to play or he can play only a little bit. I think that's what they should do. But that's just me.
Yeah. I'm gonna piggyback off that. I disagree 100% because if you playing up against a Georgia or Alabama, you don't want to keep switching like that. You know what I mean? In and out every possession. If you're gonna go with a quarterback, you go with that quarterback. But here's the good thing about that, because you also said if he's not as injured, like if you know what I mean, like so. Here's the thing. This is perfect with the 12 team playoffs. You know what I mean? Because if Quinn isn't, if he's not 100% to come back, at least you know even if you do lose one game, you still have a chance to make that 12 team playoffs. You know what I mean? So I definitely wouldn't switch in and out. You know what I mean? If like I said earlier, if Quinn's your guy, you go with him 100%. You go with him, and Archie got to wait till next season. You know what I mean? But if Archie come in or if Quinn's hurt, Archie come in and do his thing, like Cole said, it's gonna be controversial, and you gonna have no choice but to finish the season off with Archie and going into the season. You know what I mean? But I definitely think it's a bad idea to mount every possession.
I wanna ask Coach this question before we go. For you as a receiver, how hard is that? Explain to the people how hard that is.
Oh, okay. I like that question.
Team with a quarterback, that will switch in and out. Because for me personally, defensive side, if I'm thinking about it, okay, defensive coordinator, I have to prepare my team for these two quarterbacks. Quentin Ewers is not as athletic as Archie, but on the offensive side of the ball, the cadence, you're talking about the play calling, the leadership in the huddle might be a little different. And then just the mechanics of how the ball flies as a receiver, the ball coming off that hand is a whole lot different between the two quarterbacks. So could you explain how that would look for you?
As a receiver, I don't, as a football player, as a receiver, I don't like switching in and out. I don't like that. But you're right. Arch may throw this in route here. The other quarterback may, it's totally different with two different quarterbacks. Like you said, when we're coming out of our breaks, we see that ball coming off the quarterback's hand, and each quarterback is unique. One guy throws it harder. One guy throws it softer. Maybe I need to attack the ball more because this ball ain't coming as fast as this other ball. I'm not a big fan of switching in because you got to get your timing. You got to get a feel for the game. Speaking of, I got my girlfriend's daughter's dating this brother that played for the Raging Cajuns. And they subscribe to the platoon them in, put this running back in, and the next series put this other running back in. So he never got no run. He may play, he may get 10 snaps the whole. I'm like, and they platoon the receivers in. And so your true talent never can. To me, you just can't get off like you want to get off if they got you rotating in. And as a receiver, it's tough, man, especially if one quarterback might be left-handed, one may be right-handed. And like you said, the ball comes off your hand totally different. I subscribe to going with who you're going to go with and make the adjustment if that person is having a bad game or he gets hurt. But you're right, man. It's tough rotating in and out. It's tough. And it's hard to get into the game when you're here for 4 plays and then you out for the whole next quarter because they rotating everybody else in. And I used to
that definitely gotta fuck with a player's psyche.
Yeah. I used to go to their games. Last 2 years, I've been going to the Raging Cajun. I'm like, I was telling my girl, nah, he's good. They just ain't playing him. Lo and behold, he done went free agent to the Saints and done made the team.
Oh yeah,
man.
And the other running back he was rotating with got cut from Seattle. He done made the team. I've been saying he talented. He just needed an opportunity. I mean, in the preseason, we were talking, and he was frustrated because he wasn't getting a lot of reps. And I just said, hey, bro, just make sure you having good practices. Your time's going to come. That third preseason game, he got in the third quarter, 12 carries, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Man, hold up.
He in that thing. Now, he's on practice squad because you got Alvin Kamara in front of you. That's a tough one. You got Jamal Williams. So I just said, hey, bro, you in the building. Stay in there. You in the building. If somebody goes down, you next man up. You got to be ready. But
and I'm glad you told him that because it's not even if somebody goes down. It's if anybody in the league goes down. You know what I mean? And if you want a practice squad, they might just trade you to that next team. You know what I mean? So like you said, he's in that dough. So he definitely that's dope. So I don't know who the dude is, but I hope I wish him success beyond his imagination. For real. That's dope as fuck.
Great
Saying that, man,
move.
we got also our sponsors. Our Hoopy, the greatest hoopy on earth, brewed in Huntsville, Texas, by Brew Nation. Always support local. Also, J-Ring Distribution LLC. And then we have, what do we have, Jimmy?
Smash wagon.
Smash Wagon. Smash Wagon, best burger on earth. Just
Oh
voted
yeah.
best burgers in Southeast Texas. Y'all go check them out. They are in Beaumont, Texas. Then, of course, we have Hoodlum Nature Records, man. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, we got to make a jingle. That's all. Smash Wagon.
Smash wagon.
All right, let's get over to our next subject. Bam. What we got here?
Oh, can Minnesota pull off the big win against number 12? Who they
Michigan.
playing? I can't see the bottom.
Michigan.
Hold on, my bad.
Michigan, number 12.
Yeah,
Michigan.
number 12, Michigan.
Man, I'm gonna say that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, coach.
If they're gonna pull the upset, this is the Michigan team that they may pull the upset on. But I don't think Minnesota got it, man. I mean,
No.
Minnesota. I don't see it
agree,
happening. I don't see it happening. You know, maybe 3 years. Well, I don't even think it was happening when Harbaugh was there either. So let me get out that. My bad. Nah, they ain't gonna get it.
Yo, Jax, what you think, man?
So I think if Michigan doesn't start that guy that had last week, I can't say his last name, but like Alex, it starts with an O. It's a weird last name. If he doesn't start, because I don't know if they have a quarterback yet. I don't know if they made the decision. But I don't think if that Alex guy doesn't start, I think they would have a chance. But if that Alex guy does start, I think Michigan will probably just win it.
Look, I'm gonna say this real. Let me say this real quick. I'm about to be simple. I've been down in Michigan since preseason. That is all I gotta say. Michigan about to tear that ass up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I last week I said USC would go into the big house and win. I thought USC was going to be a physical team compared to what they were showing previously. But Michigan is still Michigan. They still run the ball down the hill. They're still going to come out the ball firing. They're still going to be physical on defense. Minnesota's not going to have the horses to keep up, man. They're going to run the ball up the middle and force that defensive line to play bully ball. And if you can't hang, you can't hang, man. And I don't think Minnesota has, what Michigan has up front. So that's going to be the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you think, Coach? What you think, Jax? What you think, Jax?
Think about what's it called? Yeah, probably Michigan will run the ball a lot with Donovan Edwards.
Yeah, I think we'll all agree that
if Michigan was going to get upset, this will be the team that could get upset. But I still don't think Minnesota got enough in them. It ain't gonna happen.
I agree. All right, that one was fast and simple.
Fast and simple. Oh my boy.
Man, Colorado, man, is turning some heads. Colorado will take on another Big 12 opponent, undefeated UCF.
Ew.
Man, hold up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was that guy that said Colorado's only gonna win about 3 to 4 games this year, and they are already 3-0. Big shout outs to them.
3-1.
What do y'all think? 3-1. I'm sorry, 3-1. It's UCF undefeated. Man, if they say focus, I don't see why they don't smash on UCF. You know what I mean? If they can go and focus, man, and do what they got to do, but at the same time, man, UCF ain't what UCF used to be. You know what I mean? So, but I think that they should take it like nothing, man.
Man, you like you said, you was down with Michigan. I've been down with Colorado ever since Deion done went there, man. There's something that has to be said when you have a belief that you're gonna win. And I think Deion got them kids over there believing. Do I think they're going to go to the championship? Well, I don't think that. I think they're doing better than a lot of people thought they were. I just like what Deion's doing, period, man. And it irritates me when I see people on the internet talking hating Deion. What people don't understand, to be the best at what you do, you have to have an unwavering belief in yourself. He's a Hall of Famer. He was that guy that played for the Atlanta Falcons and took a helicopter and played for the Atlanta Braves in the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Who's done that? Nobody's done that. So in anything in athletics, anything in life, you got to damn near be cocky, but the people who don't understand call it cocky. The people who understand call it confidence.
Exactly. Preach, coach.
You got to have that confidence in that belief in who you are as a man, as a player, and that's rubbing off on his team. And people, they're just so cocky. I'll say this: if they don't win another game, Deion done made millions and millions and millions of dollars for that university. Enrollment is up. Minority enrollment is up. The Colorado Springs Visitors Bureau, they're talking about the Board of Regents couldn't even get a hotel when they wanted to come to a game because it was so packed. I saw on Facebook the other day, two of my frat brothers, they up in Colorado playing. I mean, up in Colorado watching the games. He got me wanting to even go to Colorado just to check out a game in the scenery. And I think people get it twisted, man, to be the best. But I'll say this: Deion is in that upper echelon 1%. And everybody who's probably talking noise about him have not ever been as successful as him. Deion's won at life, and he's trying to. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you
I
good.
lost y'all for a second. Okay. I think Deion's teaching these kids to win at life, bro. Deion's instilling instilling the qualities in these kids to be successful in business, in life. Show up on time, work hard, have that belief in yourself. That translates to life, period. And people are always throwing darts at them, man. And these kids are gonna be like Deion says, give me your kid. In 3 years, I'll send them home a man. Even if you go pro, if they don't win another game, these kids know that they got to show up every day and compete. At my job, I'm the regional vice president. There's only 4 of us in the whole country at my job. I got to compete. It's just in life, bro. You know, to this podcast, there's millions of podcasts. You guys got to put out the content and compete to be relevant. And that's what he's teaching these kids to do, man. It's this stuff that he's teaching them. It translates into life. Now, we here, we might as well get better, and we want to win football games. But I think he gets a bad rap simply because people don't understand that confidence that he has in himself, and it's carrying over to the team. But if I was the athletic director, even if Deion loses for the rest of the season, do you fire him? Because he's brought tons of revenue to the school. Colorado is irrelevant. They selling out spring games now. They selling out every home game.
Yep.
Like, dang, yeah, we had a losing season, but man, do I let this dude go? Because once Deion goes, all that revenue is going to go too. So that's a tough situation, man. But I think they have the capability to beat UCF, but that offense is looking real bland at times, man. Defense looks a lot better, and I'm a Colorado supporter, but that offense just looks real basic and elementary sometimes. All Shador does is do the little zone read. Shador ain't no threat to really just run like Archer run 26 miles an hour. I mean, it just looks – I think they should be a little bit more creative on offense, but they got the weapons. They just – they got to run the ball so that defense can play them honest. Because right now, they peeling their ears back and they blitzing. They coming. And Shador trying to, avoid and get the ball and let his receivers make a play. But, man, I don't want to hog up the whole conversation, man. But we talking about
good.
That's my
thing.
You
good, Coach. I want to say something real quick. Next season, I'm gonna fast forward. Next season is gonna be Deion's biggest obstacle. And I say that because Hunter's leaving after this year. Shador is going to leave after this year, which we all know Hunter is definitely NFL ready. Is Shador NFL ready? We will see.
Yeah.
So I say that because we're going to see how good because you can't replace a quarterback of that stature through the transfer portal because the quarterback of that stature is not going to be in the transfer portal. Same thing with Hunter. A player of that caliber is not going to be in the transfer portal. You know what I mean? So now it's trying to see, can y'all recruit? Y'all need to go back to the old style recruiting. Go find a good quarterback coming out of high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I truly believe, man, they have a chance to do good this year. They're ready 3-1. Man, they can win 7-8 games. You know what I mean? It's possible. Because that rest of the schedule after today is a hell of a schedule. You know what I mean? But my thing for Colorado is next season. I'm skipping all the way to next season. Next season is where we truly gonna see where they're at mentally. And I'm talking about the coaches. You know what I mean? Getting ready for off season and recruiting. We're gonna see where your recruiting game is because we already know Colorado alone recruiting game has always been horrible. You know what I mean? But now that you got Dion, like you said, Coach, you know what I mean? They've been bringing people in, and like you said, it's not cockiness, it's confidence. But I'm gonna keep it running. And there might be people that don't like what I'm about to say, but let's keep it 100. Dion gets all the hate he gets because he black. Let's just keep it 100.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
They don't want to admit it, but that's 100% facts, bro. He just rubs them the wrong way. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. What you got, Jimmie?
I was gonna let Jack go, but I'll go ahead and take it, man. Coach, I've been the supporter of Deion since he went to Jackson State and changed the game with HBCU. A few weeks ago, I had a conversation with one of my friends, and I said, "Man, I kind of wish that I understand why he left, but I kind of wish that he would have stayed at Jackson State." But seeing what I'm seeing now, and it's the belief that these kids have, I really think that, and I said this before the season, I had Colorado going to the playoffs, and the team that they're playing, like how they're playing now, it shows that they can make it. Now, I'm more into the game, X's and O's part of it. The offense doesn't look the way it looked last year at times, right? That TCU game, man, when they played TCU last year, I thought, man, this was going to be, I thought Shador was going to throw for 4,000, 5,000 easy. Like, it was going to be nothing. But now it seems that they're real vanilla with the RPO games. The defense is not scared of Shador actually running the ball. His threat, to run the ball off the edge is not feasible enough to have me bring a safety in the box or take a linebacker out and put a nickel there. And they don't run the ball, right? You don't see them getting into 21 personnel or 22 and just run the football down somebody's throat. You don't see that. So if I can stay in nickel, and if I have at least one or two guys, right, that can cover for a split second, I'm good. Because regardless of the fact, it takes about 3 seconds for a play, the actual play that's designed on the sheet. It takes about 3 seconds for that to work out, right? You get 2.5 to 3 for the quarterback to look left, right, or look through his reads. If he's not getting nothing but a second and a half, that means he's only looking at Travis, or he's only looking at Jimmie because he doesn't have the time. But why is that? It's because they're not running the football. There's no threat. So my defensive ends, if I'm the defensive coach, I'm telling him go up the field. I'm not worried about you cutting back. I'm not worried about no counters. I'm not worried about jet sweeps. I'm not worried about reverses. I'm not worried about tosses. I'm not worried about pin and pulls with the offensive linemen and the guards. I'm not worried about any of that. All I'm looking for, okay, they're gonna come out here and run RPO. Stay squat in your spot for about a second and a half and let him make the read because he's gonna make 9 times out of 10, Shadua is going to throw the ball, right? We've seen the Colorado State game. It was I want to say about 20 times where he should have gave the ball. He took it to try to make a throw for no reason.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, he run the clock out. You almost gave Colorado State the game because you wanted to throw the deep ball so Webster could get his stats. We get it. We understand. We know that you want to win the Heisman. We know that you're trying to prove these people wrong, but let's win the game first. And that's where I think a lot of people that don't have the hate toward Dion, I think that's where the issue comes in with Colorado actually playing. And then when we talk about this game, right? Gus Malzahn, this goes back to what I talked about with Georgia Tech and Florida State the first game. This is the offense. If you're not prepared, they will gas you. If you are not prepared for this running quarterback system, this power O, they will run counter, they will hit you with all kind of different motions. If you're not prepared and your linebacker eyes are not in run fit and they're not ready to play their gaps, they're gonna gas you. This is Colorado has played some damn good run defense, but this is gonna be their test. And we're gonna see what they made up front. Because man, if they cannot stop the run, this is gonna be a long day. And it's gonna
Bro,
be hot outside. The hurricane just came through. You know it's gonna be humidity. Yes, everybody, yeah, they're Florida boys, but they've been in Colorado. It's gonna be totally different when they get out there.
Yeah. What you think, Jax?
One thing I think they need to do is need to fix that whole line so they can have a better run game too. Because I feel like if they can fix that whole line and they stop throwing the ball almost every time, I think that they would have a really good run game. But also, it would be good when Shado's passing. He has more time in the pocket to think, try to see what guys are open, what guys are not, so he can get the ball off in time. And just need to he doesn't need to make big plays every single time. You just need to make just make plays, simple plays. Just get the ball out quick. Get some yardage. Just focus. You don't put on a show, you win the game. That's what I think. And what coach said earlier that Dion's brought so much money and so many people to Colorado. It's amazing what he's done. Um, I think it's going Dion just has a lot of inspiration on all of us, really. He's a good guy to look up to. He has really good points and reasonings. And he's turning these young men into real true men for later on off the field, not just on the field, but off the field too. That's what I really like about him.
Facts. Big facts.
Yeah. And I'll say this, I know this past week has been a lot of hate towards Travis Hunter, man, and I really don't get it. I don't understand it from the Richard Shermans to the receiver from St. Brown from the
Saint Ramen
Lions.
Brown, yeah, Amon
Yeah,
Saint
St.
Brown,
Brown.
yeah.
Him and his brother, they had a podcast and got Richard Sherman to bite into it, man. And ESPN, everybody's if he's the best college player, can he translate into the NFL? Why do we have to put this kid into a box? We've never seen it before. Just like Coach said, we've never seen what Dion and do in the NFL and in MLB, right? We seen Bo Jackson do it to where he played some football, but he didn't play football. Then the very next day, go play baseball. The very next day, we didn't see that. He played baseball through his season. Then he done with that. Then he went and played football. Dion has given Travis Hunter the ability to play both sides of the sport in college football like we've never seen. We saw Charles Wilson do it. We seen Champ Bailey do it. We seen Ginn do it. What's the other guy from Ohio State? I forgot his name. Chris Gamble. We seen him do it, but we've never seen it to this point, right? Devin Hester, we seen him do it at times. but he wasn't good at cornerback, and he really wasn't good at receiver. So they just was like, well, you just fast, so we'll just throw you a 9 route, right? Same thing with Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
Was let's put him in the game and offense to run this specific play. He wasn't out there to actually determine the factors of the game. So the hate on Travis Hunter and the things, stop putting this guy in a box, man. I really think, to me personally, whatever team he goes to in the NFL, this first year, you're gonna have to let him play and develop and see what he can do. Yes, do I have questions about him playing receiver? Because I think he's on the smaller side, but the way offenses are ran now, you can move him around. You don't have he's not gonna get pressed all the time because he's too twitchy. You can't press him all the time. And so, and I think he's probably a better corner if he just sat down and actually just did everything, cornerback wise, he'll probably be a Hall of Fame corner. But again, man, that's still putting him in the box, like I said. But the guy is special, man. Travis Hunter is something I've never seen.
Jimmie, it's you see Richard Sherman and Amon St. Brown, and then you hear all these people talk up on the internet. Man, Travis Hunter is just a good kid. He just he wants to go fishing. He wants to play video games.
You seen that interview? You seen that interview,
Coach? Brother does good in school. He got his lady. He's making a whole bunch of money by NIL. That's not his fault. I mean,
and what he's doing, not to cut you off, Coach, but what he's doing with his money too, he gives money to some of his players that don't have deals.
Yes.
I mean, and I seen that interview that Coach is talking about right now. Yo, Travis Hunter's a kid, and that's how he acts. Not saying he acts childish, but he has that kid mentality. He's enjoying college. You know what I mean? He don't have that cockiness to him, or you know what I mean? Like he's truly. I seen what Coach is talking about, and that interview was dope as hell. He's truly a kid having fun, living his dream.
Bro, this dude be doing TikTok dances with onesies on with his girlfriend.
No, real shit.
Man, this dude is loving life, and he's making money at it, and he's found, I don't know his home life, but I saw he tweeted to Coach Prime, thanks, Pops. He done found a father figure to guide him, and Dion is putting Travis in the best position he can, the best light. But everybody's going to debate. Man, let that kid be who he is, but he's a good kid. He's not an asshole. He's a good kid, and people still trying to throw darts at him, man.
Yeah.
And I quiet as kept. I hope he can go both ways in the league. That's tough because he is kind of he's tall, but he's slim. He ain't really he ain't big, and he don't really play strong. I played with this guy named Tyrone Poole in Carolina. He was from Fort Valley State. Was short in stature, but he played big because he was yoked up, big, but he played big, man. Travis Hunter, he makes plays, but he seems when you got them running backs coming downhill running at you, man, I don't know if he that's going to take a toll on that body, man, but blessings to that brother, man. I hope he continued success, man, because he's just a kid living his dream. And you know what? As much as people talk noise about him, they wish they could do what he does. Because as much as I thought I was an athlete, I couldn't have went both ways and played DB as good as I played receiver. Let that kid do his thing, man.
And that's the thing that kills me. Like people don't understand how athletic you have to be as far as not even just the physical side, the mental side, because you have to know all your assignments on offense and turn around and know every assignment on defense. They got people out here talking about he playing backyard football. Like this.
That's what people who don't know.
And people that are saying that, the people saying that, they're the ones that only played backyard football.
Yeah.
In saying that, let's move on to the next subject. We are running short on time. So our next three subjects we got are actually 3 players from the same team, so we're going to put it into one. Man, UNLV has a big problem right now. A big problem. Man, UNLV quarterback, man, what's his name? Matt.
Sluka.
Matt is not playing.
Sluka.
He had decided to sit out the rest of the year because of money reasons. We knew this was going to come. This was going to be a problem. A lot of people are doubting him and talking a lot of shit. Somebody's quitting on his team, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But hey, when you put money in the scenario and you're not holding up to your side of the contract, I commend this man. I commend this man 100%, and I stand behind him. Because if it was the pros, anybody else that had contract issues, they're going to do the same thing. But since he's a kid in college, it's a problem. So I commend Matt 100%, and I stand behind him. Pay that man his money. Everything y'all promised him in that contract, y'all pay that man. Next, anybody got something to say?
I have to agree with you, bro. I have to agree. I mean, this is the system that they created. I've left my home where I'm comfortable at to come play. I get it. There's room for argument on both sides, but man, if I need my bread, dog. You don't promise me 100 racks. I need to get that. I need to get. But see, I wouldn't have waited 3 games into the season.
Yeah,
I would have had to get that before the. Hey, what's up? You know. But I don't blame him.
And then it's a snowfall because now they running back. You know what I mean? He's not playing no more.
Yeah, he shortly after he announced that he was concerned too. In USC, their defensive tackle is sitting out too for us this season.
The dude, the linebacker for University of Washington, said he gonna redshirt too. Same thing.
Yep.
Ain't got his money.
So
let's talk on that. We got the quarterback sitting out for the rest of the year. We got the running back. Jimmie, what you think about that, man?
I'm on the opposite side, man. I'm kind of surprised Coach was on this side. I'm on the opposite side of this one. Man, this is gonna make a good topic. So the reason why I'm opposite of this is, for one, you're a college kid, man. For two, this is not a contract. This is a verbal agreement. We have to understand, as a young, as somebody that went through recruiting. I'm trying to get my son. He's not Jackson. You and your dad gonna go through this. Coach went through this. When you're getting recruited, they're gonna make tons of promises, and the better you are, the more your eyes are gonna open up to the people that come into your house that want to recruit you. You're gonna get, for instance, you're gonna get the Nick Sabans coming in here talking to your mama. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna take care of your son, and then you get to Alabama, it's a totally different story. Nick Saban looks at you as a number, like you somebody in jail. He doesn't care about you no more. All that eating and dancing he did in your house and all that is out the window. I say all that to say, because these promises are given to us through scholarships that are not always held up, right? Through NIL, they're talking about, through the collectives, right? None of this has anything that's concrete. Nothing has been set in stone. There's no law. We talked about this before. Um, and so these kids are going in here that are not being advised correctly. So you're going to a school that you really don't want to go to because you're going there for money. And they're not telling you when you're going to get paid. They're not giving you the money up front. Like Coach said, I would have went and waited 3 games. I wouldn't have waited before I committed. You telling me you finna give me $100,000? We're out of contract. We're verbalizing it. Okay, I want it right now. I don't want it today, out tomorrow. I don't want it next week. I want it right now, because this is the situation that you're gonna run into, and it's the it. I don't know the kid's home life, but when you get, if you have a parent that, for instance, I was a single parent kid. My mom, I'm just gonna put myself in that situation. If somebody's offering me $100,000, and I know for 4 years we've been struggling, my mom was working 2 jobs. Uh, we're living in an apartment right next to the high school. I'm gonna take that, because my first mind is like, ooh, I get to pay. I can go buy my mama a $50,000 house wherever in Las Vegas, right? I could put her in the condo right there by me and don't have to worry about it, right? That's your first thing that you think about is the money, and they're in your ear calling you like, hey, yeah, you're gonna get this money, get this money, get this money. And yet there's no concrete signatures. There's nothing there to tell you like, yeah, for sure. Because what's gonna end up happening is what happens right now. The kids telling me, hey, y'all promised me this $100,000. I'm like, shoot, I got you here. I don't care about the money now. Hey, shoot, I don't know. And then the other problem to this is not the coach's fault because the collectives are a separate a different part of the university. They don't even have most of the time they don't even have communication with the university. So it's all becoming a big issue, and now you're having these kids to where when you start looking at NFL wise, you're gonna have these NFL teams saying, "Hey, man, you quit on your team." That's how they're gonna look at it. They're not gonna care about the money. They're not gonna care about who promised you what. They're gonna look at you face to face when they get into that combine in that room, and they're gonna ask you, "Why did you quit on your team?" And if the only thing you can say is, "Well, they promised me some money," hey, I'm finna promise you a whole bunch of money. So what's the difference
But
between
that's
me
the
and him?
difference, though. In the NFL, you know you're gonna get that. You know you're
Not
gonna
not
get it.
necessarily, not necessarily, because you at the combine, you don't know if you're gonna get drafted.
Jimmy, I'm going to
you
say
you
Well,
this.
yeah,
just
if you're in
there,
the
you
combine,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna
On the
get
combine
drafted.
aspect, yeah. I agree. If you're talking before the draft, then yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
going to say this,
But I
Jimmy.
don't know, man. I feel strong now. Go ahead, coach.
I think if Holy Cross would have offered him that money and not paid him, he would have stayed and grinded with Holy Cross because he'd been with them guys for 2-3 years. He ain't got no relationship with the
No, 3
UNLV
years.
guys. He uprooted himself where he's been for 3-4 years and came over here really strictly for the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
so he ain't got that
Yeah,
relationship. They ain't
thanks.
been in no off-season conditioning. They ain't went hung out. They ain't went and slept on the floor in sleeping bags. And they don't have that relationship. And I think that's
Right.
where it is. He was a hired gun. Give me this money, I'm gonna come play. I don't know these guys. I didn't grow up with these guys. I ain't been to summer camp with these guys. So I think that has a little bit to play with it. But I do agree with Jay, and I do agree with you too, Jimmy. But if I left my surroundings to come play for this and they didn't give it to me, I think I should have Medusa and gone and red shirt.
So I'm gonna ask you
Real
this,
shit.
Coach
What you
D.
think, Jimmy? I mean, what you think,
If
Jax?
hold on, I want to ask Coach D. So if that same player leaves that program and now he comes to you because now mind you, the collective don't have communication with you, quote unquote, right?
Mm-hmm.
If now this player is coming to you, how would you feel about like okay about bringing him into your program?
You know what, Jimmy? I think it's all about just being a man of your word. If I wouldn't mind bringing them because if I committed to something, I'm gonna do exactly what I say. So again, like you said, I don't understand all the NIL. So maybe somebody else promised him that money and didn't come through. So I would bring him into my program. If I committed, this is what I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna carry through. But I think there was just obviously a miscommunication somewhere. But I don't think I would have an issue, bro. I might keep a
Okay.
eye on him, but I don't think I'd have an issue. Just
Yeah,
me.
because what it is this happened with a kid in Florida. I don't know if you followed it before the season started. Some of these programs are offering money. So the kid that went to the University of Florida, he committed there, and come to find out, the collective don't have the money. So they promised 10 to 12 people that committed $1 million, but they didn't have $1 million to give to 10 to 12 kids. So then it was like, okay, well, you don't you promised me $1 million and I committed to this school and you don't even have $1 million to give total, right? And so my problem is it doesn't put a stain on the collective because we don't know who they are. It puts a stain on the coach and the program because that's who's on ESPN. That's
Yeah.
who's on ABC. For instance, what do we see on there? We saw UNLV. quarterback, right? We hear Georgia, University of Georgia receiver, University of Georgia cornerback. That's where I get frustrated because the coaches are the ones that's getting blamed for a lot of this, and it's not necessarily their issue. It's the collectives, it's the corporations that are connected to that team through whatever program, the I really don't even know how the collective work, but I just from hearing what Dion is saying, it's the corporation that is a donor to the program, right?
Yeah.
And some of the collectives are not necessarily tied into the program. So, for instance, like if we had a program, University of Kokaluku, right? And Ford dealership, the owner of Ford dealer want to come mess with it. He never went to our school, right? But he comes and talks to our AD and gives us money. So that's the kind of thing. But the NIL is totally different from that. The NIL was supposed to mean for like, okay, we're playing, y'all are selling my jersey. I should get 75% off of that jersey sale.
I'm with you, dog.
Okay.
I'm with you.
What's up, Jax? Let me hear what you got to say.
I'm like 50-50 with the whole situation. Like, why are you leaving your team after a good start, but also you're getting promised money that you're not getting? Like, what Jimmy said earlier. Like, I want my money now. Like, the situation, like saying, his mom is struggling, working two jobs. Yes, that makes sense. But if you're at college, he's young. We don't know if he's good with money or not. If I was him, I would take it at different payments each month because he could spend it all in one night or spend it on in a few days. That's what I would do if I
Man,
was him.
somebody spent $100,000 on one night. Ooh wee.
Uh, I'm just we don't know how it's UNLV. You're in Vegas, man. Come on, you never know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You could go gamble all that money
I hear
away.
you, Jack.
Yeah,
I
that's
hear
true.
you.
'Cause I know when we was in
Yeah,
Vegas the other week,
yeah. So I would take it at
man,
different because I would take it at
my
different
boys almost
payments.
went broke in Vegas.
Yeah, but I
Man,
would
we
take
gotta
that.
talk after this, son, because now hell no, we want our money up front. Fuck the payments, we want our money up front. But what's that commercial? It's my money and I need it now. JG
Now,
Wait,
Wentworth.
what?
I just did a commercial for y'all. Need some money, JG Wentworth. Man, let's move on. We're gonna talk about this. Jax literally sent it at 8:56. Man, Army is 4-0 for the first time for the third time in 30 years. Army
mm,
3-4-0 for the third time in 30 years. I'm not surprised. Army does this, even Navy does this every few years where they'll have a strong start. You know what I mean? I can also say in the past 10 years, I enjoyed watching Army play. You know what I mean? They don't put up these amazing numbers and don't win 8-9 games, but they be putting on a fight. You know what I mean? Especially that Army Navy game. I don't think they'll go anywhere with this 4-0 start. I think they'll definitely make a bowl game. But just to see them start 4-0, I think it's pretty dope, man. I've always been a fan of theirs.
I
What you
don't know
think, Jack?
much about. Oh,
Go ahead, Coach. Go
Um,
ahead.
yeah.
I don't know much about Army. I know like Air Force, they run that little single wing, double wing, and I could see, the way they do run their offense, bro. It's not like a typical drop back zone read, So if you ain't on top of your game and you ain't playing for them, they can get you. They can get you, and they're playing with lesser athletes. They got guys who are just really smart that are athletes, but I think that'll work with some teams. But once you run up into them Georgias and Alabama, they just got more dogs
Mhm.
than you got. But
Yep.
their offense is creative, and it's tough to stop. If you ain't watching the reads, you think the ball's going to the left, it'd be somewhere on the right somewhere. But
yep.
that's all I got.
Go ahead, Jack.
What you think, Jax?
Yeah, Army. All the three military schools always they're fun to watch. Like you said, every few years they always start out pretty good in the first few games, and that's all I gotta say, man. It is really fun to watch. You know, yeah.
Yeah, it's the old
All right.
school football. It's the old 1920s, 40 style of football. You know, the wing tees and T. We don't get to see that too much now because throwing is the way to go. Like Coach said, if you're not reading your keys, if you're not doing your run fits, they'll destroy you. Their biggest issue is like Coach said, when you go up against some of these bigger schools, their offensive size averages 250. You can't expect them to move people off the line of scrimmage at 250 pounds. You're averaging 250 pounds. We got Georgia has a dude that's 260 and is running a 4.4. So if you think you're gonna be able to just push those types of players around, it's not gonna work. So they'll be there for a while. They'll probably be undefeated for a little bit. They'll beat the teams that they play. All three of them do, and then eventually the three of them will play each other and they'll cancel it out. So uh, yeah, it's just like you say, it's fun to watch, man. It's fun to watch because it's different, something different besides the same spread it out and throw the ball all day.
Yeah. Man, we're gonna get to our game of the week. Man, we have number 2 Georgia at number 4 Alabama, both 3-0. What you think?
What were you saying? Because you cut out. So
I cut out.
yeah, you cut out.
Number
So,
2 Georgia versus number 3 or 4 Alabama, both undefeated. Which I think.
well, these two teams always have a great game every year. You already know it's gonna be a close, high-scoring game, fun, excitement. No matter if teams aren't ranked or unranked or ranked at 25, they always have a good matchup. This has been a rivalry that's been going on for years and years. You always see great classic games from both of these teams.
Who you got winning?
Man, it's tough, but Bama, they kind of struggle against what's it called USF a few weeks back. I just think with Saban leaving, it kind of changes the whole thing around. It's not gonna be Kirby Smart against Nick Saban anymore. It's Kirby Smart against that Washington head coach that used to coach. I forgot. Dayball, I don't know, something like that. I think that's really one of the things that's gonna be different about it. But I think it's definitely a pretty good game. But I think, man, there's times when you see Alabama last year, everybody had Georgia winning the SEC championship. Boom, Alabama came out of nowhere and snapped that win streak they had for the past few years. So I really don't know, but maybe Georgia's gonna win this one.
Man, I got I said it from the beginning of the season, man. I got Georgia winning the national championship, so I'm gonna go ahead and give Georgia the upper hand on this one. Which not saying they're gonna blow them out. It's definitely gonna be a hell of a game, like it is when they always play. But I'll definitely take Georgia.
I agree. I think Georgia's going to get them. I think it may stay close throughout the first half, but I think second half Georgia's going to start leaning on them a little bit, and I think they're going to come out with the victory.
Yeah.
So like the great Lee Corso said, not so fast, my friend. Alabama will win this game based off of the quarterback play. Milroe has been spectacular this year. I'm presently surprised. I think he's going to try to play his way into being a top 3, 4, round draft pick. Um, Georgia struggles playing against running quarterbacks.
Yeah.
This this team has some kind of thing about running quarterbacks. And I don't understand it. And I believe Alabama is at home too, correct?
Yes, Alabama is at home.
At night, Bama at night, being an LSU fan, I know how tough that is to play there. Man, this is gonna be a good game, but I think the difference is the quarterback play. I think Alabama will be able to get out and get after Carson Beck. And I don't think Georgia's gonna have to mush rush, and they're not gonna be able to just jump up field. And I'm also expecting that 16, I think he's 16 or 17 years old, that receiver number 4 for Alabama to have a big game.
Yeah. All right, then we have
I want to say one
number
more thing
20.
real quick.
What happened?
I want to say one more thing about the thing. Go Dogs, sick 'em, psych, give me Alabama.
Alabama? Oh,
Yep.
damn. Okay. We got 20 Oklahoma State versus Kansas State. Man, I'm gonna go with Kansas just because they're home. That's gonna be a hell of a game. They both 3-1. I'm strictly going with Kansas for home field advantage.
But I think I like what you said. Home field advantage is going to be a really big factor in this one for Oklahoma State. The run game is really good though of Ollie Gordon. He hasn't done much really, but I think he can try. He can still pop off though. I still believe in the guy. Yeah.
Oh man, Kansas State came off a bad loss last week. Um, they struggled to get anything going, but I'm gonna go with Kansas State again. I think Oklahoma State has not been able to run the football. Ali Gordon hasn't been what I expected him to be, and I don't think that's on him. I think it's more so on the offense and the play calling. And I think Oklahoma State will just not. I don't think they'll be prepared this game with everything that's been going on. Give me Kansas State.
Kansas State. What you think, Coach?
Man, Kansas State been playing some good ball. They lost ugly, but I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State, man. I don't have a lot of confidence in Kansas State quarterback. And they got some backs, but I just got a gut feeling Oklahoma State's gonna pull it out, man. We'll see though.
Well, man, and this is the game I'm really looking forward to. We got number 19 Illinois versus number 9 Penn State. Illinois is 4-0. Penn State is 3-0. What do y'all think? Jack, start with it.
No, Penn State home game, 6:30 tonight. Yeah, if this is a whiteout game, this will be absolutely fire. If it's, Penn State has one of the best traditions, one of the best home field advantage across the entire country, and Illinois, the 4-0, they started off pretty good, but I think this is going to be a game where they're going to struggle at. That crowd gets loud, especially that very first play on the offense for Illinois. It's gonna be very loud. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to probably call a few timeouts because the communication is gonna be a really hard thing for Illinois tonight.
I agree. Man, like you hit it on the nail, man. Penn State, their home field advantage is crazy, man. Them fans are loud. Honestly, I don't see this as even a close game. Honestly. And I'm not taking none away from Illinois. Illinois secondary is horrible. They have a horrible secondary. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Penn State. Like I said, they got too much. They got too many weapons, and you get that ball in the air, they're gonna eat that Illinois secondary up all day. So yeah, I'll definitely take Penn State by easy 14-21.
Go ahead, Coach.
I gotta agree with you, man. I haven't seen much of Penn State, but they got some dogs, and they got a good coaching staff as well. So I think they're gonna pull it off, man. I've seen Illinois, but I seen them a couple games this year, man, but they just didn't. I think Penn State's gonna get them though.
Oh, I hate to say this because that means all 4 of us going Penn State, and that's gonna make us look bad. That's gonna be a screenshot. But I'm going Penn State as well, man. The home field, like Jack saying, I believe this is a whiteout game. This is their whiteout game. Man, that tradition, the home field. I don't know if Illinois will be. I mean, of course they're in the Big Ten, so they played them. So it's not like this the first time they didn't seen it, but they're ranked. They've beaten teams close. They've played teams close to the end. That's one thing that Penn State cannot allow Illinois to do is stick around in this game. They have to put them away. and I think they'll be able to do it. I'm gonna take Penn State.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, before we end this, man, we must touch on last night's game. Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech. That's all I'm gonna say. Jimmie, I'm gonna let you start it.
Man, the game was an awesome game, man. I want to give a shout out to the two Houston quarterbacks, man. The boys from the city of Houston. Little known fact, they're cousins, right? They trained with the same QB select quarterback that's helping Shador, that's out there with Shador in Colorado. Man, Cam Ward is a dog. I wasn't expecting. I forgot the kid name from Florida, Virginia Tech. I think it's Darling, something like that. It started with
Kyron
a D.
Drones.
Drones. Yeah. I wasn't expecting him to be this good this early. Virginia Tech is not top to bottom. Their roster is not as good as Miami, so I didn't think that they were gonna play with Miami the way that they did. And man, they showed out, man. And the end of the game, I was frustrated because for the past, I don't know, I want to go back to the Dez Bryant catch. It seems like we're complicating catches, right? And the rules are the rules, and we say the rule is what's called on the field is what stands on the field. The play was too hard to call. If the referee called it an incomplete pass, I would have said it was incomplete. I'd have been cool with them going to review it and saying incomplete because of the way it looked on the field. Same thing with the catch, man. I cold-heartedly feel that Virginia Tech got robbed on two plays. The holding call on the long run that put the game away before that, and then this the Hail Mary play. The reason being is because to me it seemed the play should have stayed what they called on the field. That's number one. Number two, he caught the ball. Then when they came down, he landed on top of the Miami player. In a sense, that's when the play ends, right? That's by the rule, by the letter of the law, by every time that we've seen football, we've seen catches like Hail Mary plays. As soon as you come down the end zone, the play is dead. But for some reason, they allow when we go into slow motion and be able to watch this thing that happens in 0.5 seconds, but in slow motion, we drag it out to 5 seconds. Now we're looking at, okay, the ball started moving here. Oh, it started. But in reality, all that shit that happened like so fast, split decision. Split it is, and so if you called it on the field a touchdown, to me it should have stayed a touchdown, and we should have had one of the greatest upsets 2 weeks in a row. Hail Mary plays to win games would have been an awesome story. I'm not into the stories. I like everything to be correct on the field, but it was just to me, man. That brings up to too many situations and issues going further because today in the Alabama Georgia game, if we had that same issue and they call it and they leave it on the field and they say, okay, well, this was a catch and we're going to leave it on the field. Now, Alabama or Georgia is going to be like, well, what about yesterday? Y'all didn't call it that way yesterday. So I just don't like that, man. I like to keep the rules steady and across the board.
In saying that, the refs made the right call. Definitely made the right call because that ball was moving. But as we all know, college and NFL rules are different. So, like to what you said, once you hit that ground, shouldn't the play be over, right? But at the same time, he also landed on that Miami player. You know what I mean? And the ball was moving. So in saying that, I think they got the call right. But my thing is, Miami player, he was on the ground, half his body was out of bounds. So do they have the same rules like the NFL where if you go out of bounds, you must come back in and you can't be the first person to be in action on that ball? Because if so, that's a touchdown. because half of
or
Miami
penalty.
was or a penalty exactly, and they would have gave him another play. You know what I mean? So yeah, it wouldn't have been a touchdown. It would have been a penalty. Correct. You know what I mean? But man, that's a hard one, bro. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Like, I truly believe they did make the right play, but it's just rules are so different from the college and NFL that it could have went either way. But I'm happy with the call.
I agree with Jimmie. They called it a touchdown, and I didn't see any evidence that. I mean, nothing just conclusively showed me that he dropped the ball or that wasn't a catch. But I'm
Y'all
like,
didn't see that ball moving?
you know what? First of all, I didn't see the whole game. I went to my brother's. He coaches for Austin High School, so I went to their game. Then when I got home, I turned it on. But I know they had it at a couple different angles. From what I saw, I was kind of half-ass paying attention, but yeah, I didn't see anything. But I do want to give big shout out to Drones, Cam Ward. My best friend's son is the owner of QB Select Athletics, and so man, it's just amazing. I've been knowing little Daryl since he was a kid, since he was in the stroller. Me and his dad used to be working out when he was in the stroller, and now he's doing a lot of good things with these quarterbacks. I mean, his three top Shador, Kyron Drones, and Cam Ward, they all working out. They traveling together. They working out.
Yep.
And at the beginning of the season, all three were up for the Heisman. Now it's Shador and Cam for the most part. But major props though. But yeah, it could have went either way on that catch yesterday on last night. But it would have been cool to see 2 games won 2 weeks in a row on Hail Mary though.
Yeah. What you think, Jax?
I really didn't see that full clip because, just like Coach, I was at a high school game last night too. So I got home late, kind of paid attention. I was just tired and stuff. But since we're shouting out Cam Ward and all that, so a few weeks ago I found out my geography teacher, he coaches baseball. He used to coach football too. Before he came to Alvin the coach, he was coaching football. He coached Cam Ward.
Oh yeah,
That's
cool,
dope.
man.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm like Coach said. I saw that we see the ball move, but we don't see the ball move until the end of the play. So, like Coach said, it wasn't conclusive. So, what me and Coach are saying is, if they would have called incomplete, we would have been good with that, right? Am I correct, Coach? If to me, you had to have conclusive evidence. Let the play on the field be what it is. So if you called it a touchdown, because initially you seen, okay, both of these guys catch the ball, they come down, boom, boom. Now the ball rolls out. All this stuff happens in a quick period of time. But then when you go to instant replay it, and now I can slow it down and I can do this and manipulate cameras and all that. That's what takes away the thrill of the game for me, man. I just didn't like. I didn't like. They should have just kept it. If it was clear and obvious, then I would have been like, okay, it's an incomplete pass. But it wasn't clear and obvious.
No.
Was the ball moving because the Miami guy was trying to pull at the ball or something, or was
at the end? So at the end of the play, once they hit the ground, the Miami guy starts to punch the ball out. And then that's when the ball comes out. But in real time, it looks like this, right? But when you slow it down, it's like he catches, he gets on the ground, and then the ball starts to come out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in real time, it seemed like, okay, yeah, that should be incomplete because they come down and then now you see the ball move. But in real time, when they go, in slow motion, they get down. They're on the ground for about a second or so on the ground while you slow motion it. So he had control of the ball. I think what really messed it up is that from what I look at, if you really look at it again, number 9, he had the ball. He caught the ball initially, but I think the other receiver caught a piece of the ball in his hand too. So he got underneath his hands. And so I think while both of them are trying to bring the ball in, they're both fighting each other for the ball, right? And I think just the way they came down, it gave the ball that little movement for him to pull it out. But hey, it still wasn't, to me. It still wasn't clear and obvious.
I'll tell you what, though. Outside of that, it was a hell of a game. It definitely was. It was a hell of a game.
So when are we gonna teach these DBs to just knock the ball down instead of trying to get interceptions?
Facts.
I mean, if they just come and club down, that dude don't catch it. He literally went up, had the ball, was coming down. They supposed to just try to knock that ball down, but we so busy trying to get stats and interceptions. Man,
and why are you playing in the back of the end zone? Like,
hold on.
Jay said, why are you out of bounds?
Yeah.
Coach, I'm glad you said that, because you know what's crazy? When he jumped for that ball, it was him versus 4 orange jerseys.
Yeah.
4 orange jerseys, and not one of them batted down. You were so correct on that one.
Yeah, bro. That's just, you don't never try to, but these kids want that interception and stats. Man, bro, knock that ball down, get the win, and go back to Virginia.
Yeah. Because that win is way bigger than that interception, that little stat padding. You know what I mean?
There you go.
To be, because you beating a ranked team. Miami was ranked.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you beating a ranked team, an unranked team beating a ranked team.
Yeah. Facts.
But I want to go for that interception. Before we end, is anybody else add anything else?
Yeah. So we try to touch on a little bit of the NFL before we hit that 30-minute mark. I wanted to get to Coach. I've been waiting to ask you this question for the longest. So please tell this irks my nerves, because I've been, I'm a Texas fan, and Larry Tunsil has been killing me with these offside penalties and these legal formations. It's been irking my nerves all week long. Coach, why can't we have the offensive linemen check with the referees like we do as corners and receivers?
Dog, it's that easy. Point to the guy. Point to him. Hey, scoot up, scoot back. Am I on? Am I off? I'm like, bro. Yeah, I mean, as many penalties as he's got, the coach needs to say, "Hey, dog, point to the damn referee. Ask him, and tell the referee what I'm doing, so he knows, and he can motion, scoot up, scoot back. You on, you off. Simple. They got more money than sense, though, so they don't coach.
And the crazy thing is, he's like the second highest paid left tackle of all time. You're one of the best left tackles the league's ever seen. If you're the best, I get you make mistakes, but you shouldn't make mistakes like that every single game, especially like 5, 6, 7, 8 times a game.
Yeah, man, it's but granted, the NFL said they have been cracking down on the illegal formations. Again, like Coach said, like I've been saying on Twitter and Instagram everywhere, like it's really simple. For receivers, you on the line, you put your hand out, look at the ref. He says, "Yeah, you good." If I'm off the line, I put my hand back. He said, "Yes, you good." It's the same thing as an offensive lineman. Hey, let me know. Okay, hey, I'm on. I don't understand why is it so hard for you to take accountability for one and say, hey, I'll do better, or just asking the ref like, hey, am I on the line? And this notion that the referee is killing me now is that they're saying the referee is supposed to tell you prior to throwing the flag that you're on or off the line. I've never heard that. I've never heard that. College, Pee Wee, NFL, I've never in my life now all of a sudden heard that, okay, now the referee is supposed to give a non-flag or a warning per se, and then the next time if you don't do it, I throw the flag. Where do we do that at? Is this because of betting? Now, is the betting becoming an issue because of this situation? That baffles me, because we're told as receivers and DBs from the very beginning of the time, check with the referee.
Check in.
Kids are telling as Pee Wee, you tell them, hey, check with the referee. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
What happened to the game we love?
Tunsil wants that check. Tunsil just wants that check. He ain't worried about all the other stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So, we got to talk about that. The other thing, we haven't been able to talk to you, Coach. Talk to people about, what's coming up with the Houston Energy, and give us your, expectations, and has anything changed for you guys as far as like the rules? We had the little situation happen. We're not gonna go down that road, but
Yeah.
can you explain to us what all you guys have going on before we close out?
And do you know if Rocket will be back next season with her going off to college?
I don't know the answer to that question. I don't. I know that their season kind of somewhat overlaps with ours. Knowing Rocket though, if she wants to play here, we're gonna find a way to get her down here. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
But man, we got tryouts tomorrow. We have a skills camp next month, which is put one of our coaches, Jordan Bird, is putting that one on. And that's just a camp, man, for all the ladies who want to get better. This ain't really no team affiliation. We didn't want to put a team name because that may keep people from coming. We're just here to improve women's football and let them get a little work in on it, and get better. So we got that. Then we have National Tryout Day, which is next month as well for the WFA. And then we have league meetings the month after that. So hopefully we can get that the way they view playoffs and this, ratings. Hopefully that we can change that up a little bit at the league meeting. So
that was some bullshit.
I'm definitely going to be in attendance to debate my part, man, because y'all was there, man. Y'all know, man. We were so we was just so crunk. We thought we was in that, man. And
I still don't get it. I really don't, and it still pisses me off because it's like, how do we have a lower ranked team that made it, that only won a handful of games? Like, I don't know, that whole system's fucked up, it's flawed. But at the same time, let's not blame it on the league because man, we got to perform on the team. Let's keep it real. If the team would have did what they had to do in the season, we wouldn't have had to worry about them winning, them losing, them blowing the team out, and then we in. You know what I mean? So we definitely got to do better next season. Honestly, last season there was talent there to win a championship. I said that from day one. Yeah. Y'all had talent to win a championship last year. You really did.
Bro, I'll put it like this. So I've already got I don't have our schedule, but I've put a rough draft schedule that I want, and we're traveling. I don't want it to be a strength of schedule issue. So we're going to Oklahoma. We want Cali to come here. We're going to Denver. We want Minnesota. We want all the smoke this year, man. And it still bothers me that strength of schedule. And what people don't understand, and I wish the league would have took this into consideration, the whole strength of schedule was we only played two or three division pro teams. But what they don't understand is we were supposed to play the Arlington Impact 2 games. They folded before the season. And because they folded so close to the season, they gave us Louisiana and Austin. We didn't choose that. We just fell into that.
Austin was twice.
Yeah. And bro, it's like what pisses me off is somebody else wasn't handling their business and their organization folded, but it affected us. And I feel like, bro, that ain't got nothing to do with us, but I'm trying to be a team player. Okay, well, I don't want to, we can't redo the schedules, 2-3 weeks before the season starts. So I took it. But I guarantee you, if something like that happens, I don't want to go to Louisiana because it's an easy game. And as coaches,
we whooped that ass.
Yeah, dog. I mean, it's like as a coach, I want to feel like I'm in the game. In Louisiana, I can call any play. We're going to score a touchdown. Mm-hmm. But I want to be able to have to watch film and study this opponent and know what they do. They playing cover 2. They playing 2 deep, 3 deep, man, whatever they doing. And as a coach, that makes me feel like I'm in the game, that I call all the right plays at the right time. as an old dude like me, that's all I can do to try to relive my old memories and stuff. I'm too old and fat to get out there and run. I blow a knee out. But that's how I, prepare and feel like I'm part of what's going on, man. But so this year, man, I talked to Bird, I talked to Ted, man. We want all the smoke, man. We may have to travel more this year, but we here, man. We here. And like last season, I met y'all brothers kind of close to the season. This year we can plan, and I want to just visit with you two at lunch or something, man. Let's just chop this up. We talked about a pregame show. We talked about camera. Man, I just want to make sure y'all are here for the ride. Whether we bussing, whether we flying, if it fits y'all schedule, bro, I want y'all there, man. Just for the support. Yeah, for sure. Y'all done so much for the team. The girls love y'all, man. And if we can play a part in helping your podcast or whatever you guys are doing, whatever the initiatives to help y'all blow up, man, it's a win-win for both parties, bro. We love y'all. We appreciate the support, man. Real talk.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we appreciate that, Coach. Jimmie made a post last night. We're going to end on this right here. Jimmie made a post yesterday, man. Yo, y'all got to catch that Hurricane documentary. It was the Houston Hurricanes' first women's football team in the city of Houston. We actually got a chance to meet a few of the players this past season. Man, it's going to be a dope documentary. And we look forward to next season and the season following, man. We in this. We definitely are in this.
We locked in.
Have y'all seen the documentary yet?
No, I haven't seen it. No. Jimmie posted it though. Jimmie posted it on it. Had a little clip on it. You know what I mean?
I've seen it a couple times. Last year, man, they've been at this for a while. They played at South by Southwest in Austin. They played it there. But the beauty of this whole thing is they filmed our games and let our girls be the actors for the other team.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna see Houston energy all over that. And they actually got paid like an actor. It was dope, man. It was. I'm not gonna spoil it, man, but it's a good. I mean, they got me interviewing. It's. I'm not gonna spoil it, man, but it's actually a dope documentary about, and it's some of the same things that they dealt with back then are the same things that we dealing with now, current day. So, I encourage everybody to go check it out.
Oh yeah, that's dope, man.
As a matter of fact, I just got a text from the producer last night talking about some huge things that are happening here locally with the documentary, and some people that she wants to introduce me to that are getting behind it too. So, man, this could be a big thing, man. It really could.
Oh yeah. Are they gonna? Do you know if they're gonna try to put it on Tubi or Netflix or anything?
It's supposed to be on Netflix. It's supposed to end up on Netflix, man. They've been going around the United States, and I don't understand how it works, but somebody has to buy it. And I don't think it's going to be like in regular movie theaters, but I do think it's going to be on Netflix. I'm about 90% sure it's supposed to be on Netflix or one of those kind of streaming apps.
Streaming, okay.
Man, let me talk to my guy, man. He's a director, really big director. Let me see if we can get it on Amazon.
No, I can put him in contact with whoever makes those decisions, bro. But
let's definitely do that, man. He just had a movie come out, and it's going crazy on Amazon right now. But it's based on a true story, you know what I mean, with some dirty cops back in the 70s out of Houston, stealing a bunch of money, you know what I mean, and it's doing crazy numbers on Amazon right now. We actually did a few months ago. We did a watch party and concert for it and everything. It was real dope. So let me call him today and then get him in contact with your people and see what we can make happen for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Appreciate
man, it's saying that, man. Everyone watching, we truly appreciate you guys. Everyone watching in the future, we appreciate y'all. Coach Wiggins, man, we appreciate you coming through. We know you got a busy schedule. If y'all missed the interview I did with Coach Wiggins a few months ago, check it on the Reckless Talk podcast on YouTube and it's on Facebook. It's saying that this your boy Reckless Talk with the Reckless Talk podcast, Reckless Talk Sports podcast, Reckless Talk Management and Promotions, A1 Music Empire, 1836 Entertainment, HoustonCityBeat.com. We are the storytellers of Houston. Man, big shout out to our sponsors, Otto's Root Beer, the greatest root beer on earth, brewed in Huntsville, Texas by Brew Nation, old school family recipe from the 1950s. And of course, we got J-Rack Distribution, Hoodlum Nature Records, and the best burger on earth. What is it, Jimmie?
Smash Wagon.
Y'all go check it out. Best burger Best Burgers in Southeast Texas just won that, man. In Beaumont, Texas, congratulations to you guys for opening up your very first restaurant. 2 years of grinding in the food truck, they got their first restaurant. So big shout outs to you guys. Man, big shout outs to our Saturday morning crew. We got my guy Jay Coop, Coach Wiggins, and my son Jackson Almeida. Man, we appreciate y'all. We are out of here.